How you doing, everyone? Michael Zuber here. How you doing? Author of One Rental at a Time. And what I wanted to do here on this live stream this Friday afternoon is really kind of catch you up on various topics I have had with my students. If you don't know, over the last couple of years, I have really been very hesitant to kind of mentor people one-on-one. I worked very hard to create a course that is easy to follow, goes step by step, is exactly what I did and am doing now. But I kept being asked. I kept being asked to mentor, and could you mentor me? And can you do this? Can you do that? And I just resisted forever. Well, lo and behold, after many, many requests, I finally did it. I basically copied my $200 course and added a 30-minute one-on-one session. That's been out there for about a month, and I've done almost 10 mentor-e phone calls. And what I wanted to do here was just share with you the topics because, again, my intention in everything we do at One Rental at a Time is to try to make it easy for others to follow. So I wanted to share these topics with you. Hopefully it helps. And, my intention is everybody buys the $200 course, soon to be $300. Yes, May 1st, it's going up. I'm sorry. We're adding so much content, so many other sections. It's going to go to $299. But I digress. Here are the topics that we've talked about that might be interesting to you. One, I've had a couple of conversations with folks who suffered through the 2008 crash. In one situation, the individual was a teenager, late teens, and their parents lost their home. We had to go through that. We had to review what happened. We had to understand why. We had to talk big picture. We had to uncover if there were any individual lessons to be learned. And we had to realize that scar is going to be there for a while. So in that instance, it is very important, vital, that this student or anyone burned by the '08 crash spend a lot of time. I mean, a lot of time on step one of the course. Step one of the course is where you go in, you set up your criteria, and you look at it every day. When you get repetition, you get this positive compounding effect. And you are really going to understand and feel good and build confidence that you know what average is. And if once you know average, you can find good and great. If you have that scar or that memory, just do the work. Probably going to have to do extra work. If we're just getting real with each other, which I always am, if it takes an average person who doesn't have that history 60 days, I mean, it really could, depending on how deep that wound is, it could take you 120 days. But it's okay. Build confidence. Repetition builds confidence. In the other example, the individual lost several, many investment homes. They were all bought with adjustable rate. I think they were all neg-am loans, or at least most of them were negative amortization loans where you could send in $600, for example, and the real payment was supposed to be 12, and you took the debt and you stuck it on the loan. Just a horrible, horrible loan product. Never should have come out, but was very, very common. So again, we had to relive that experience. We had to unpack the pain, the embarrassment, just the reality that, you know what? You bought a bad loan product and the loan product was kind of destined to fail, right? I get it. It was an interesting time. Loan brokers were probably not doing you a service by shoving you in that package or that loan product. But, you did sign on the loan and, let's just realize that that's behind us. It's now 10 years behind us. So let's move forward. Let's only get 30-year money going forward, right? Let's just realize that, you know what? You did your work, you did your numbers, you figured out cash flow, you just bought a bad loan product. It was structured to fail unless you could refi, and you got caught, and bad things ensued. So in that situation, this individual's in their late 30s, early 40s. It's like, hey, cut yourself a break. Everybody was doing it. Don't do it again, though. No exception for repeating that mistake. So the first thing is just realizing if you have a scar or negative memories from the 2008 crash or whatever year was painful for you, that doesn't mean real estate investing is bad. Maybe you had bad loan products. Maybe there were other financial reasons that happened. Let's just do the work. Let's get good loan products. Let's do those things. Next up, I've talked to several people who have been burned by the gurus. The gurus that charge $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 that promise access and loan products and deals and network, and they're just not there. I have had several folks that signed up for the mentoring, which again is a delta of $300. They're like, is this really Michael Zuber, author of One Rental at a Time? I'm like, you see me on YouTube all the time. It's me. We're on Zoom. We did Zoom for most of them. I think two of them were phone calls, but the others were Zoom. And I'm like, it's me. I'm sitting in my office. You see me do my daily financial news every day. A lot of these gurus have to charge that money because they have sales teams. They're paying salespeople 30, 40% to go find you and get you through their funnel. I don't have any of that. I will never have any of that. I have had gurus reach out to me offering to buy the One Rental at a Time brand and story. And I'm like, get the hell out of here. You ain't touching this thing. That ain't gonna happen. So yes, I do charge for my time. In fact, I charge, what is it? Is it $10 a minute? I don't know what it is. It's $300 for 30 minutes. Do the math. But yeah, if you pay it, you get 30 minutes. It's me. It's not somebody I trained. It's not somebody in my network. We have a conversation. Most of the time we run over slightly. But yeah, it will be me. If you sign up for it, you're going to get me. But realize, let's be fair, I allocate 2 hours a week, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. That's the time I'm comfortable. It's kind of my one day to be me, to do my thing that we don't already have scheduled. So buy it, use it when you want. You could buy it now and use it in 60 days, whatever you want. But realize, yes, it is me. And so I don't know why people are shocked. It's very disappointing that you spend all that money, tens of thousands of dollars, and you never get to talk to the guy whose face is on the thing. That's just crazy to me. But anyways, next up, this is a big one. Some people, many people, they're like, I'm ready. I want to go faster than everybody else. So they're like, how can I shortcut your process? I'm like, well, you can't. In fact, if you try to, most people will take two areas, right? They go, hey, I'm going to take the Mayfair and I'm going to take the Tower District in Fresno. That's just two areas in Fresno, California. And they start looking at that, and it actually creates negative leverage. Don't do that. Follow the course. The course, there will be a light bulb moment at about day 30 or 45. It's like, I get it now. But if you try to do it early and you look over here and then you look over there, you'll start mixing things in your mind and it won't help. You will be going backwards, not forwards. Don't shortcut the process. You've got 30 to 60 days. And again, if you have pain from '08, maybe longer, but it's okay. The market's changing right now. I am already seeing stuff going forward. So realize that inventory is coming. So realize that that is happening. Next, some folks need to get their money right. Some folks coming into this program are like, okay, I got enough for a down payment, but I don't have enough to save going forward. I'm already living very close to the edge. Well, you need to go in and have a heart-to-heart about your family income statement, right? Your expenses. What are you saving? What is a need versus want? I've been very clear that yes, we came into our story with $40,000, but the only reason we were able to keep growing is we cut expenses and we increased top line revenue. sometimes you just need to hear it from an independent third party. You need to reduce expenses, needs versus wants, sacrifice now for rewards later. It's an amazing thing. Next, and this is kind of the last one that I kind of expected. Lots of people live in markets that are just, I don't know what else to say, stupidly priced, right? They live there for work. It's a high priced area. It doesn't make sense as a rental. And too many folks are like, I'm going to go to the Midwest. Why? Because they heard on YouTube or on Bigger Pockets that the Midwest was cheap. So we have to have some conversations, right? You can go broke on cheap. Where do you have boots on the ground? All of that. And then we have to talk about, where do you want to start? Because when you take my course, I'm teaching you a skill. Maybe you learn that skill in your backyard and then you deploy it somewhere else. We have to have that discussion, and that's not always easy. So that's something that I had expected and has been a part of these conversations. So again, I think that's, hopefully that helps. Again, lots of people experience pain in '08. I've unpacked that with several folks. It's a shame that people are shocked that they pay for mentoring and they actually get to talk to the person. You get to talk to me at least for 30 minutes on a Sunday. You got to get your money right. You just do. You got to sacrifice, cut out some wants. Take care of your needs, but cut out some wants. And then, there are some strategic discussions we should have. How do you learn a market? Where do you go? All of those things. So thus far, I want to thank you all that asked for mentoring. I was very hesitant. I wasn't sure it was going to be valuable. I was afraid that all the mentoring calls would be, hey, look at video in step 3. Look at this, look at that. And I would feel like I'm taking people's money for no value, which would not have been a good feeling. But so far, all of the 8 or 9 conversations I've had with people that paid up, I felt good leaving the call. I felt like I helped them, and we moved that forward. So it is, thus far, with that caveat, it has been very rewarding. I'm glad we're doing it. I have more calls this Sunday. So folks, have a wonderful weekend. It's Friday afternoon. If you're in the Bay, weather looks great. If you're across the country, I hope the weather's great where you are. Take care. Have fun. Remember, tomorrow, 8 a.m., live Q&A. Bye-bye.